If you've been seeing Digital Wealth Academy all over the internet and you want to actually understand what it is before you make any decision, this is the video you've been looking for. I'm going to give you the 10 things that I wish somebody had told me before I bought into DWA. Not hype, not a sales pitch, just the 10 most important things to know so you can decide for yourself whether or not this is the right move for you. Some of these things people get wrong, some of the things nobody talks about, and one of them, number 7, is the honest downside that most DWA content conveniently leaves out. So stay with me for that one. Let's go. So here are the 10 things that we're covering. I'd recommend watching all the way through because they build upon each other. The first thing to understand, and the thing that separates DWA from some of the lower quality products in this space, is that it is a real comprehensive digital marketing course. And I want to be specific about what that means. So when you buy DWA, you get a full curriculum covering email marketing, sales funnels, content strategy, copywriting, automation, and business setup. These are real transferable skills. They have applications beyond selling DWA. And a lot of people look at the Master Resell Rights component and assume the course itself is thin, just a wrapper for a resale opportunity. It's not. The education inside DWA is really what justifies the price tag on its own. The MRR component is what makes the business model exceptional on top of that. So if you go in expecting a real course, you get one. That's number 1. Number 2 is understanding the business model, because there seems to be a lot of confusion about what DWA is. And it comes from people that don't fully understand what Master Resell Rights actually are. So here's what it means. You pay $497 for the course. Included in that price is a license called Master Resell Rights. And that gives you the legal right to resell the course and keep 88% of every sale that you make. And so what that comes out to be is about $422 in your pocket for every sale that you make. So when someone buys DWA through your link, they pay $497 and it goes directly to your Stripe or PayPal or fan basis. You go through the course, learn the digital marketing skills, and immediately apply those skills to sell the course itself. The product you're learning from is the same product you're selling. It's elegant once you see that clearly. Number 3, what do you actually get for $500? Because that's a real amount of money and you deserve a straight answer. What you get is the full DWA curriculum. Everything mentioned in point 1, you get access to the community with other DWA members, which is generally one of the most underrated parts of this whole thing. You get the Master Resell Rights license and you get any updates that have been added since the course launched. What you don't get is a guarantee of results. You don't get a done-for-you business that runs while you sleep from day 1. You don't get someone to do the marketing work on your behalf. What DWA does is teaches you the how. The doing is still on you. And I think that's important to understand before you buy. Number 4, is it worth it? Let's actually look at it like this. A single college credit hour runs between $300 and $800 depending on where you study. And that's for theory with zero business application. A session with a marketing business coach runs $500 to $5,000. Comparable online marketing courses sell for $1,000 to $2,000. And none of them come with the ability to sell the product and recoup your costs. DWA is $497 one time, and the first sale that you make gets you about $422. So you make up about 88% of the price that you invested in. After that, every sale is profit. So the real question isn't, is the course worth $497? The real question is, can I make one sale? Because one sale and the course has paid for itself. Plus, you keep the skills and the license permanently. And that changes the value equation compared to almost anything else you could spend $497 on for your business education. Number 5, and I want to say this clearly because some of the content that's out there promoting DWA makes it look like it's way easier than it really is. DWA is not a get-rich-quick scheme. There's no version of this where you buy the course on Monday and you're making passive income by Friday. Anyone that's telling you that is misleading you. So here's the realistic timeline for most beginners. Week 1, you're setting it up. Payment processing, your sales page, going through the course foundations. It feels slow, and that's normal. Week 2, you start to create content. And for most people, weeks 2 and 3 feel like shouting into a void. Nobody's watching, nothing seems to be working. And this is the stage where a lot of people quit. And it's also the stage where people who succeed keep going anyway. Somewhere between day 20 and day 60, not day 1, not day 7, your first sale happens. And then that's when the compounding starts. By month 3, you've been consistent, you have content actively ranking in search, you've got a funnel that's working, and a system that runs with significantly less daily effort than it took to build. And that's an honest timeline. Not overnight, not a week, but not years either. And a real business built in months, and that grows after you've built it. Number 6. This one is way underrated, and I don't hear enough people talking about it. The skills that you learn inside DWA don't just apply to selling DWA. They apply to any digital business you ever want to build. Email marketing, sales funnel construction, content strategy, copywriting, automation, audience building. These are high income transferable skills. And once you have them, you've got them. And so DWA doesn't expire. The knowledge doesn't disappear if you decide to sell a different product down the road, or if you just decide that you're going to build something entirely on your own. I think about it this way. Even if DWA as a product stopped existing tomorrow, the education that I've got from it going through would still be generating income for me because I know how to build funnels, write emails that convert, and create content that ranks. Those skills travel with you. That is worth significantly more than $497 on its own. So number 7, and I promised you this one, and I'm going to be straight with you. Market saturation is a real thing with DWA. There's a lot of people out there selling it. And so when you start, you are not the only person creating content about Digital Wealth Academy on the internet. You have competition, meaningful competition. Now, here's why I don't think that's a deal breaker, but I want you to understand the full picture first. The market for learning digital marketing and making money online is not a fixed pie. It grows every year. The number of people looking for this information is expanding globally. It's not shrinking. More sellers doesn't automatically mean less opportunity. What actually differentiates sellers in a crowded market is not the product per se, it's the person, your story, your honesty, your specific journey, and the way that you document it. Nobody can replicate your authentic experience. That's your competitive advantage, and it doesn't cost anything. And YouTube specifically rewards consistency and search optimization over time. A video you post today can rank and bring in leads 2 years from now. That's evergreen compounding, and it's not available to everyone who tries DWA on TikTok and quits after 2 weeks. So yeah, there's competition, and the people who treat this like a real business, they show up consistently, they differentiate through genuine authenticity, and the ones who win despite it. Not because competition doesn't exist, but because most people competing don't last long enough to really matter. Number 9, I genuinely did not expect this when I bought DWA, but the community it's one of the best parts of the purchase. So when you purchase DWA, you get access to a community of other members, 100,000 plus people at every stage of the journey. Some are exactly where you are right now, figuring it out, figuring out the setup, and some have been at it for months and are making consistent sales. Some have completely replaced their 9-to-5 income. And so what makes this valuable isn't just the inspiration of seeing others succeed, it's the real-time practical support that you get. So if you're stuck on something, you're stuck on your funnel setup, someone in the community has already solved that particular problem. So ask. When your first sale comes in and you're not sure what to do next, there are people who've been there, and you can ask for help. I didn't think I'd get much out of the community, and honestly, some of the most useful things I've learned about selling DWA came from conversations in that group, not just from the course modules themselves. So don't underestimate it. Number 10, and this is the one that I want you to sit with before you make any kind of decision. DWA is a genuinely good fit if you want to build a real online business without starting from scratch, creating a product. So if you're willing to go through the course, apply what you learn, create content consistently on one platform, and give it at least 90 days, this model has a very high likelihood of working for you. It's also a good fit if you want skills that transfer, because everything you learn applying DWA to sell DWA also works for any digital business that you want to go and build later. You're not locking yourself into one thing forever. You're building real capability. And DWA is probably not the right move right now if you're expecting something that generates income with zero effort. That thing doesn't exist anywhere. So if you go in with that expectation, you're going to be disappointed and you're going to quit before you see any kind of results. It's probably not right for you if $497 is money that you just genuinely cannot afford to lose right now. And so I don't want you to stretch yourself financially for this. Come back when you're in a more stable position. The opportunity isn't going anywhere. If you're in the first group, someone ready to learn, ready to work in the process, and willing to be patient, DWA is one of the best investments you can make in your business right now. One more thing before I wrap up, and this one didn't make the top 10, but I definitely think it's worth saying. You're allowed to not be an expert when you start. One of the biggest things that holds people back from beginning is the feeling that they need to have big results already, or a large following, or some kind of established authority before they're really qualified to talk about DWA publicly. You don't need any of that. The most authentic and often the most effective content in this space comes from people documenting a real journey in real time. Not, here's how I already did it, but here's what I'm figuring out right now, and you can follow along. The questions you have today are the same questions your future audience has. The mistakes you make and fix, those are videos. The wins along the way, those are videos. You don't need to pretend you're further along than you are. You just need to be one honest step ahead of the person you're trying to help. That's it. Start there. So the 10 things you need to know about Digital Wealth Academy, plus the bonus. It's a real course with real skills. The MRR model means one sale pays back 88% of the full investment. It's not overnight success. You've got to give it real time. Market saturation is real, but authenticity and consistently win through it. Pick one platform and master that. The community is better than you'd expect. You don't need to be an expert to start. So if you're ready to get started, my link to Digital Wealth Academy is down in the description below. And when you buy through my link, you're going to get a one-on-one onboarding call with me. You're going to get my Canva templates, and you'll also get 30 days of personal access to me. If you're still thinking about it, that's completely fine. The video I'd recommend watching next is my full DWA review. I'll link right here on screen and give you the honest pros and cons. Everything else you need is in there. So go ahead and subscribe if you want to follow along on my journey. I post every week strategy breakdowns and honest updates from the business. So I'll see you in the next one.